Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Wednesday night. I keep thinking tomorrow is Friday, but I guess I'm just wishful thinking. I'm trying to jump a day ahead here. I'm going to talk about several things that I was looking at earlier and doing a little bit of research on. We have New York City officials who are saying that they are at a breaking point. I'll talk more about that. Also, are we getting to a point to where, at least in the near future, our homes are going to become more of a target? I'll get into that and also have a very good verse I will share towards the end here. So stay tuned for that. But first, I saw a story. I saw this last night actually. There was a fight slash brawl at Disney World. Shocker, I know, right? This day and time, I guess it's kind of a common thing. But this happened, I guess, the last couple of days, or it might have been this past weekend. But at Disney World, two families got into it in a big brawl. One family was taking pictures in front of some popular spot, some landmark. I can't remember which one. I don't even care. But uh, they were taking pictures, and another family walks up because they want to take pictures at the same place, and they asked that family to move. Well, fists were flying right off the bat there, and I mean, it's just sad. I can remember the last time I went to Disney World, I was a teenager, and I have no desire to go back. Even if somebody gave me free tickets, I'd rather go other places. But the last time I went, or even other amusement parks, even as a young adult, we just didn't think about having to worry about who's going to come up behind us or have to prepare to fight over that. I mean, it's sad. It just really is. That's the state. That is the sign of the times. That is the world we are in now, unfortunately. Over a picture, over a place to take pictures. You know. I also saw where California lawmakers are considering a proposal to pay illegal migrants $300 per week in unemployment benefits. Excuse me, but unemployment benefits means that you've been employed in the United States and you lost your job through no fault of your own. That is when you first have to apply to get them. You have to jump through some hoops, and then you might get it, or you should get it. If you're actually employed here and we're laid off, something like that. And I know every state differs, but I know in Georgia, if you were laid off and you lost your job through no fault of your own, yes, you're going to get unemployment benefits. Now, if you just got fired, no, you're not going to get them. I know that might be different in California, but these people aren't citizens. They're not citizens. I did see where some other Californians are, even Californians are like, no. I mean, so they get a lot of pushback from it. They should. They should get pushback from it. But this kind of stuff is just getting more ridiculous every day. It's like ancient Rome. I know I look at history, when I look at things like this, like ancient Rome, they finally just opened up the gates and let everybody in. And then they were no longer Rome. They no longer had a country. Now the eastern part of the Roman Empire went on for quite a number of years longer. The same happened to them eventually. But the Western Empire, so strong, looked like nobody could conquer them until things just got out of control. Corruption, military stretched all over the known world at the time, and then so many people came in, and they just let everybody in, gave everything away, and it falls apart. It fell apart literally, and that's what we will see here if this continues. If something isn't done about it. Kind of related to that, New York City officials are saying that they are at a quote unquote breaking point. The deputy mayor said that, quote unquote, there's absolutely no more room for migrants in New York City. The amount that we have now would fill Madison Square Garden 3 times over. And they're saying that they're getting 600 to 700 per day. And currently they estimate they have almost 70,000 there now. I guess they're staying in all kind of places. I'll get to that in a second. Quote unquote, we have a terrible crisis. Well, boo hoo. I mean, you said you were a sanctuary city. Elections have consequences. Whatever happened to United States citizens first? I guess that's way out the door. I know, silly me. You know, um, they're saying that we were just trying to, they're housing, you may have heard about this, but housing these people in schools, hello, schools, hotels, and other public spaces to quote unquote ensure nobody sleeps on the streets. We have millions of Americans sleeping on the streets. Millions. I know many are there by choice, but many are not. It's not like you go, into life saying my goal is to be homeless. A lot of times these people are there because of hard times, whatever. And they say, well, dog, they're drug addicts. Many, the majority, I've worked with these people. Majority of them become drug addicts after they become homeless. Hey, most of us are only a few paychecks away from being right down there on the line with them. I mean, really, you think about it. We're going to see that increase, even just among citizens. If you think it's bad now, wait. With what's coming up from the South, it's going to get way, way more. But anyway, this was in New York City. Housing them in schools. We don't know these people. What's their past? What's their history? What kind of criminal? I mean, we don't. I mean, some of them are probably fine people, but we don't know about a lot of them. Okay. Um, Excess deaths in Britain. I know I'm covering a lot of stuff here. In Britain, they're baffled by shocking surge in death rates. Last year, quote unquote, no clear cause. 33,000 deaths in 2022 between May and December. All I'm going to say about that is I wonder why. I wonder why. And it's not just in the UK, it's a lot of countries if you really look at it. Are your homes next? Our homes next. I'll tell you what. Target, the big store, block box store, Target expects organized, listen to this, organized retail crime to fuel losses that will jumping $500 million in losses. So in other words, $500 million more has been lost and stolen and merchandise in their stores than last year. So basically they're getting robbed blind, shoplifted, ransacked, you name it. They're not the only ones. We know we've heard about Walmart. Same has happened to a lot of Walmarts. They're closing stores in certain areas. And so is Target. Home Depot also has been hurt a lot by this. Best Buy, Walgreens, CVS, just to name a few. There's many others, I'm sure. Again, if you think it's bad now, just wait. From what's coming from the South. It's a continuing theme. I keep saying it, but it's coming. It's already bad. I think we're going to get to a place to where these stores are just going to be shutting down more and more, not just in the bad places in the big cities and other places. So the more that, they're going to end up to where you could see a time where there's only pickup only, especially grocery stores or, some of these other box stores, pickup only or delivery is an option. It's only online. And when the stores are closed and cannot be ransacked anymore, what happens then? Where do they go then? Uh, Ambush Walmart trucks, Target trucks? Maybe. I've heard that. I would think maybe my first thought is the nice neighborhoods, the rich areas, although if they get together, they can afford plenty of security, unlike most of us. So again, we need to prepare. We have time now, but for multiple reasons, is just to keep preparing to protect what you have. Uh, you know, like most of us, I think it's going to take, I mentioned this before, it's going to take some collaboration. It's going to take cooperation from people around you as well, whether that's neighbors, trusted friends, family. We may get to that point. So we need to start preparing, really preparing for that. I know many of you already are, but just things that are on my mind. Okay. Share your thoughts on this stuff. I know I covered like several different things there, but anyway, a good verse. This is from the book of James, which is chock full of some good things. James chapter 1, verse 5 says, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. If you go into a bookstore, there's all these self-help books. A lot of it's just dang rubbish. And in a lot of these bookstores, the religion or Christian section is like shrinking, ever shrinking. I don't even go into these bookstores anymore. But anyway, it will be given to you. God blesses us anyway. He blesses us with, from birth with gifts, abilities, talents, and skills. Sometimes it takes a while to really figure out what we're really good at, but we all have God-given skill and ability and a gift that makes us a little better than the average bear at something. Now, that could differ from person to person. Um, so it just depends. You may know yours already. If not, pray for guidance. Pray for help in something that you are lacking in. Maybe it's in there. It's just you haven't been in the right situation, or you haven't, pray for guidance that will put you in a spot where you can get better at something. You'd be surprised what can happen. I hope that's helpful. Share your thoughts on that as well. That could be interesting. Let's stay aware. Let's keep preparing and be safe. God bless you. I'll see you soon.